Good morning, friends. I hope you're having a great day out there in your gardens. Today we're going to do something really fun and exciting, and it's something we've never been able to do before because I've never really had a dining area in this garden. But in the last video, we completely renovated the area in front of the garden library, and now I have both a living and dining space. So today we're going to go ahead and harvest some beautiful flowers from the garden, and we're going to set up for a very informal dinner party that we're having tonight. Now, since filming that video, my family and I have been sitting out here and trying to decide which part we want to use as a living room and which part we want to use as a dining area. So I think we've landed on using the gravel area as a living area, and I'll show you that. And then I think we're going to set up the deck as a temporary dining area. Now, we have this table here that my husband built that used to be our indoor dining table that has been living on our covered porch. So we brought that back out here for our dinner party tonight. So here's my handy dandy carpenter in the flesh giving us the thumbs up on today's project. So he made this dining table out of an old door that we found in the garage when we purchased this home. When we purchased this home, it was listed as a handyman special and it was completely unlivable. Basically, if you can imagine someone destroying the house and then just leaving it, that's how we inherited it. So we're going to be decking out this dining table here. So I have this little area as a nice fire pit area. We still have a nice open walkway into the library. And then over here is where I put the lounge chairs. Now, when I told you about the price of the whole project, I said it was about $450, but I didn't show you how I spent the last $100. And that's on these side tables that I got off Amazon, if you're interested, because they match the eucalyptus wood of these Adirondack chairs that we have. So the plants and the gravel were about $350. $100 went to these side tables. So here's our before shot before we set it up for dinner. And let me show you the flowers that I'm thinking of cutting. So here are the zinnia cuttings that we took about 5 or 6 weeks ago. About half of them are blooming, so I think we'll go ahead and cut all of these as a secondary flower. Then for the focal flower, let's go ahead and try to use this last succession of Pro Cut Plum sunflowers. I have a few that are ready to be cut, some that I cut the other day, and we have a bunch more closer to the library we can use. I'm not 100% that's what I want to go with in terms of focal flower. We're going to try that out first, see what we think. If we don't like it, we'll head down to a local flower farm that specializes in dahlias, maybe pick up some cafe au lait. In terms of foliage, I'm going to primarily use all of this Bergarten sage. I'm going to cut it all the way down to the ground and really make it a foliage heavy display. So what else would go with these things? So we're looking at kind of a sage green, brown, peach color palette. I think 2 other things that are still looking good in the garden might work. So let's walk back here right now. And you might recognize this. This is the beautiful white wood aster that Yulia from Y Gardens sent us 2 years ago. The first year I let it grow to its mature height. I didn't like it so much because it flopped. But this year I Chelsea chopped it. And you can see that right there. And I like it so much better. So even though it's going over, I think this color might work nicely in our arrangement. So we might cut some of that. And I think these Limelight Prime hydrangeas might be really beautiful in the arrangement also. They have that nice dusty rose with just a hint of green color at this point in the growing season. And the panicles this year are on the small size. And I think that's because I moved these Limelight Prime hydrangeas. Did I move them in the dead of winter? I think I moved those 3 in the winter, and this one I moved maybe in March or April, and it was stressed out for about 2 months before it sprang back to life. So you can see the panicles on that one are much smaller than the one next to it, which is, this one's actually Strawberry Sundae. But I think that might be a nice combination. Limelight Prime, sage, Pro Cut Plum sunflowers, Floret Alpenglow zinnias, and did I forget something? I think about 5 things in this arrangement, but it's really going to be all about the sage because, well, we have a lot of it and we're going to work with what we have. I cut everything we need for the tablescape, so let's head inside and I'll show you the stuff that I picked up at the consignment store, some things that I inherited over the years, and I picked up just a few things from Amazon that I'm hoping to use over and over again for every holiday season. Grace, are you ready to go inside? Do you want to bring your stick inside? Do you want to bring your stick inside? Go ahead, get your stick. I'll let you bring it inside, okay? Bring your stick in. She's like, say what, Mom? I'm not allowed to bring sticks inside. You are today. So for our dinner plates, we're going to be using this hummingbird china that I got from my grandfather. After my grandma passed away, he bought everyone in the family a set of this china. We use it every single day. Now yesterday at the consignment store, I found these. Guess how much I paid for these? 75 cents. I don't know if they were candy dishes before. Maybe they were used, you know, for fruit. I don't know what they were used for, but 75 cents each? I couldn't believe it. So I bought those. Those are going to be our vessels. And so we're going to have to go really foliage heavy on these because they're very wide. So it's going to require a lot of plant material. This frog belonged to my grandma. I really like that one. My favorite one is in the library, so I'll have to disassemble that arrangement and get it. This frog I picked up at an antique store. I don't love it. Now, working with frogs all the time, see how short those pins are? I really don't like that. It doesn't hold the flowers as well as something like this, and you'll see the one that I have in the library is even taller. So if you're at an antique or consignment store and looking for a frog, you want one that's still really, really nice and sharp, and the taller the pins are, the better. So we got all that from the antique store. These plates I got from another consignment store for 50 cents a plate. I mean, can you believe that? I can't. So we use these every day too inside. And I usually just place one of those on our larger plates. Every plate is different. They all have a different hummingbird, a different floral pattern. And I just couldn't believe my luck when I walked into the consignment store and found these. So we have 6 of these. So I got all of that really cheap. And then what I bought additionally on Amazon, and I can link all this below for you if you're interested. So from Amazon, I picked up these beautiful goblets, 6 of those total, and I love the color. I thought they'd work at Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and I am hosting Thanksgiving this year. So I thought I would get my money's worth out of those. These are napkins, sage green napkins that we're going to use. We're going to use this runner down the table. And then I'm doing a floor length tablecloth, which I got on Amazon. And since our party is going to start at about 6:37, I got all these tea lights. And these were really inexpensive. Grace approves. And then I got these battery operated tea lights from Amazon too that we're just going to stick in here. And I thought we would set those around the arrangement. And that's pretty much it. I have some gold silverware we're going to use. Goldware? Do you call gold silverware goldware? What do you call that? We have these. I got these from Kirkland a long time ago. I'm not sure if I've ever shown you before. I have my grandma's diploma here. I thought that was really cool from the University of Pittsburgh. She had a Bachelor in Science. And then I also have her Master Gardener certificate and mine underneath. So I'm not sure if I've ever showed you that. And you know what this means? Almost amaryllis time. All right, I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee, change into something cooler, and then we'll get started on this wonderful tablescape. So this is where I like to build all of my floral designs. I know some people have a special place in their house where they like to do it, but I love the kitchen counter height, and I build every single one of my fancier, I guess you could say, arrangements right here next to the dishes that I just washed. So I want to keep this arrangement nice and low, and I didn't use any floral putty to secure the frog onto the base of the vessel, and that's just because this arrangement is just for us and I'd rather not mess with floral putty for this. But if I was selling this or gifting it or giving it away for a period of time, I would use floral putty on the base of the frog so that it doesn't move around at all. But I'm just kind of used to working with frogs without using any putty. So here we have the Bergarten sage in there so far. And now we'll just fill in with the whitewood aster, the sunflowers, and the zinnias, and then we'll see if we need any more bits and pieces. There might have been some sap from the sage on my camera lens when I was building these, but I'm going to stop here with these two and build the third one and then see how much more I can fill in with sunflowers. I have one arrangement in the library that has sunflowers and also some crab apples in it. So I think I'm going to disassemble that one and just cross my fingers that we can get this third arrangement done, because ideally what I'd like to do is stick all three arrangements really close together so it just looks like one seamless arrangement running down the table. And then this will be nice too, because if my guests want to take one of these, they can just go right ahead. It only cost us 75 cents and they can give me the frog back whenever they get a chance. So let's head in here quickly and grab the arrangement. This arrangement is pretty old now, but I think we can swipe at least 3 of these sunflowers. Probably just compost the rest. Maybe keep the crab apples. They're so beautiful. All right, friends, I've been working on this for about 30 minutes. And here is where we're at. I think we'll have to fuss with these a little bit when we get them outside, but I'm really excited that we were able to use just our own homegrown garden flowers. I do think that if you swapped out these Pro Cut Plum sunflowers for cafe au lait dahlias and the zinnias for maybe a small ball dahlia, it would really make the design look more elegant and expensive. But I think this is really nice for our dinner party with family. And I'm just so thankful that it is currently October 24th and we're still able to get all of these homegrown cut flowers out of the garden. And the fragrance is really nice too. So now let's go ahead and set up for dinner. Well, friends, we are done just in the nick of time. I have exactly 1 hour to get myself ready, to get all the casseroles in the oven, and to get the buffet table set up. But let me go ahead and give you a tour of the table now before the sun goes down, and then right before everybody gets here at 7, I'll walk around one more time because the whole garden is lit up, and I can't wait to see these additional candles on the table. So let me just give you a full tour because the burning bushes are looking so beautiful this evening. So we can walk towards the hydrangea room, and I think this view looking past the apple tree and beyond the Incredible is just so beautiful to see that inviting table in the distance. So let's go ahead and travel through Hummingbird Way and get a tour of the table. And when I take you through when the sun goes down, I'll go through the main flower walk so you can see that all lit up too. So I did bring out our dining room chairs for this because I only have 4 outdoor dining chairs and we have 6 people coming tonight. But I am so glad that we used all our own cut flowers. It makes me so happy. I think it blends into the surroundings so nicely versus bringing in some florals for this. And I just think these nice dusty and rusty colors sing of the autumn season. And as you can see, Grace loves it as well. So as you can see, we have those beautiful hummingbird plates that I got from the consignment store. Underneath those, the hummingbird plates from my grandfather. We have the, is it goldware? Gold silverware. Somebody please help me out in the comments section. Only a fork and knife tonight. We're keeping it really simple. We have those beautiful goblets that I got from Amazon. I'm really glad I invested in those. I also really like this table runner that was really cheap. So are the napkins. I think they were maybe about $8. They match the sage beautifully, and I think they're gonna look great at both Thanksgiving, Christmas, and even Easter. I really wanted to be very purposeful with the color that I picked so that I could reuse all these things over and over and over again. Then we have the beautiful amber candle holders. I only used half of what came in the box. We might need to add in some more of those once the sun goes down. Let's wait and see. I didn't end up adding anything else. Oh my goodness. Grace, excuse you, Grace. Are you ready for the dinner party? We're gonna need to have a chair for you. So this is different. I don't think she's ever jumped on these when they're inside. So I think she's giving us a stamp of approval for today. Either that or she's very confused. But I really love the florals that we used here. Proca Plum Sunflower, Limelight Prime Hydrangea, Alpenglow Zinnia, Bergarten Sage, and Whitewood Aster. So friends, I'm gonna head inside, get changed really quick, get everything in the oven. Man, is it okay to wear a baseball cap to dinner, to a fancy dinner like this? This is kind of polished casual, so I can wear a baseball cap, right? I'll see you in about an hour once I have everything ready. All right, friends, we're looking good. It's about 6:15 now. My husband's gonna bring out the buffet table for me, but I wanted to give you one last look at the garden since the sun is starting to go away for the evening now. It gets dark so early now. All of the lights that we have here in the garden are solar powered. The lights that I have in the library that you see on both sides, they are all rechargeable. I just charge them in my computer. And the lanterns that we have in the tree are a combo of being battery powered and solar powered. Sometimes people ask me about that. So here we are, friends. I moved the candles around a little bit, and I think this looks a little bit nicer for the evening. Might have to fuss with it a little bit longer. But what do you think, friends? Would you like to join us for dinner tonight? Let me show you the view from Hummingbird Way. So here's the view from the hydrangea room. Oh, here comes Grace. I guess my husband must be coming out with our buffet table. So I turned my camera light on, so hopefully we can still continue to see a little bit of what's going on here. So I have these 3 arches. They're all lit up. They're also run on solar power. Grace's eyes are glowing. But friends, I just want to thank you so much for spending some time out here in the garden with me today. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you for spending time with me, for watching these videos. It's a huge blessing to my family. And truly, this kind of video would not be possible without your viewership. So I hope you consider this a personal invitation to sit at my table this evening, enjoy a few laughs, and I will see you sometime really soon because it is time to transplant the lilies. Bye, friends.